Hi everyone, do let me know am I audible or not. Very good evening to all. I'm Gaurav Pandey, your mentor, your friend, and today we'll kill this question. But I want energy high because once the energy will high in this live, trust me, the question will be afraid of us. So do let me know. Am I audible and visible to all? And why this number is very low, yaar? Why this number is very low? Write in chat if I'm audible and visible to all. Very good evening, Prince. But number is very low or it's showing on my end. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, for briefly, I'll tell you where we're going on. And we are taking a series that will help everybody to have to crack a coding interview in services and product-based companies as well. And in that series, we already had completed two important steps, math and arrange. Again, we are now moving ahead with the array with 2 pointer. Also, we have solved few questions in the same algorithm. Okay, so now let's move ahead. Today we'll solve an important problem, that is container with most water. And why I'm saying this important, because the record says that this is already repeatedly asked in Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Adobe. And also in multiple startups, people ask this question. Even I have seen this question when I was giving the first my coding interview. So they asked me. And also a lot of people get afraid of it. I don't know why, because the problem sounds more difficult to understand. But once you will understand the problem statement, solution will become very easy. Very easy. Trust me, very easy. Sir, how's the energy? How's the energy? Tell me, how's the energy? Tell me in the comment. Are we good to go? Are we good to go? So I'll search this code, this particular problem statement over LeetCode, and we'll start solving. Okay. And you know that we'll solve in three languages, Java, C++, and Python. Yeah, everybody was requesting the same thing, but now I'm seeing very few number here. In which programming language are you solving, sir? Three languages. We'll solve in Java, Python, and C++. Okay. Java, Python, C++. Okay. Yeah, for continuing this series, I want enough energy by which management can support me to run this. But when the number will be very lower or we will have less responses, I don't know how long we'll be able to continue. Anyhow, I'm telling you, these resources that I'm providing you are very important. And if you're getting for free, trust me, you're just lucky. Nothing more than that. So now we have the problem number 11, container with the most water. And all these problems we have solved on the YouTube itself, right? And try to share the live link to your other friends as well, by which we can have more numbers, more engagement, and this particular thing can help a lot of people. Okay, so now let's read the problem statement, because that's what it takes. Once you understand the problem statement, trust me, the solution is not difficult. But if you will not understand the problem statement, the solution will be very difficult. Okay, so why I'm saying this, I'll just take a screenshot of it and we'll put on the PPT and we'll understand it more better. Okay, so the problem says you are given an integer array height, so you will have an array height of length n. There are n vertical lines drawn such that the two endpoints of ith line are I, 0 and 1 I, height, but the last element, whatever it is. So find two lines that together with x-axis form a container that the container contains the most water. The container contains the most water. So return the maximum amount of water a container can store. So look at this. What we have to do, we have to select the longest pole first, right, which have the longest distance also. So anyhow, whatever the poles will have the maximum area, they will contain the maximum amount of water. As simple as that. Look at this. You will be calculating the area of the between two poles. The maximum area you will have, the maximum amount of water you can hold. Right, the maximum amount of water you can hold. Look at it, these poles are really large, and the length and the width both are high. The length and width both are maximum. You will say you will have area as maximum, right? So we don't have to solve this for water. We have to solve this for area. The maximum area you will have, the maximum amount of water you will store. Okay, please solve every problem in Python, sir. And anyhow, I'm solving every problem now in Python, in C++, and Java as well. But because of this less responses here, my video are being delayed because the management have other important things to do. Right. So that's why I want that you should, when you're coming here, if you like the lecture, if you like the concept, you should like the video. So drop the comments by which others can get an idea how important it is. You should share with your friends as well to get them the profit as well, and also to give more value to this particular live, by which I can be continuing in this series for a longer time of period, and we can have amazing outcomes. Cool, yeah. So now we have understood the problem statement that we have to find the maximum area. But wait, how you can find the maximum area? Look at this, is forming a rectangle, forming something kind of rectangle. So how you calculate the area of rectangle? The length multiplied by the width. That's it. Or in this case, you can say height multiplied by the width. Right. So we'll calculate the maximum height, possible maximum height, and then the multiplication of the width. But how you will calculate the width? You need to calculate like which will you with the maximum possibility to have the more area. I'll say the area you can have the maximum from the first pole and the last pole, but you have to consider the height as well. So the maximum, wherever you see the like maximum common height, you'll take that height and you will take that width as well. So I'll write the code first, then I'll build you a diagram. You'll understand more better. You'll understand more better. Okay. And also, if you're getting difficulty, what I can do is probably I'll do a from beginning, and look at this. What is the thing? Actually, the problem says here that you have this thing. You will have multiple poles, right? And here you will have multiple values. You have these poles. So the thing is that what you have to do, if I start from this place, I'll take this pole and this pole. So the area I will have this. The area will have this. Right. So that's why we need two pointers. One is from the starting. Okay. A second from the ending. So this will give you the width. And width will be what? End minus start. Let's say this is 6 and this is 0. So 6 centimeter will be this length. So you have length now. Now you want the height. What will be the height? The height of the smallest pole between both the poles, like from the start and end. Take the height of the smallest length. Why? Because if this is not a length, so you cannot store the water here. So water can come here only. So you just need to find out the area between the smallest length of the pole and the maximum distance between these poles. You multiply it, you will have the area. You compare with the previous value, like whatever the smaller, you leave that. Whatever the smaller, you leave that. If this was a smaller, you leave this particular thing, you'll move your start here. Then you'll calculate the area between this, right? And if this is maximum, this will be your output. If this is not a case, then whatever the pole is smaller, you'll just skip that. You'll move further. For example, this is smaller. You'll move your end ahead. You'll come here, and then you'll calculate the more area. I hope the problem statement is completely pretty simple and clear to all. For having the length, we'll use 2 pointers, start and end. For getting the area, we need a length, that height, and the smallest pole's height will be the accurate, because that will be also available in the largest one. So that is probably will be the area. The maximum area you will have, the maximum amount of water you can store. Simple as that. Pretty simple and pretty cool here. So now let's understand the solutions as well. Now let's understand the solution as well. So what I'll do, we'll go to the here. And first I'll write the code in Java, then we'll write in C++ and in Python as well. So don't have to worry about. Okay. Now here we need 2 pointers. First is the start from 0 index, from the 0th pole. Last, we want to take the last pole. So I'll take an end pointer here, and that will be the last pole. A last pole will be the last index value, right? So height dot length minus 1. Length minus 1. So now you have the length of the pole, you have the length of the, like, you have this starting and ending, right? So what you will do is that you will have a while loop, because you want to iterate from both the end, right? So you'll iterate this when the start is less than end, because starting pole cannot be, go ahead from the end. So now here you'll do one thing. You will have one variable already outside, that is max area. That's a max area, and max area, you're assuming that this is 0, And now here you will calculate the area, the current area, right? So int current area, current. Anyhow, understand if you are not comfortable with Java, anyhow understand the logic. The same code will transform into the other languages. So anyhow, you're learning different languages as well. So it's int current, and you will have the minimum height of the pole for having that area, right? So minimum height will be height math.minimum HEIGST height value available on where on start index and value available on the end index. So HEIGST for taking the smallest pole, because smallest pole will never let the water to get out, right? So now you have this pole length, so this vertical height you have, now you want a horizontal height, horizontal width, right? So you'll multiply what? And minus start, and that's how you'll calculate the area. So you have calculated the area successfully. Now the area has been calculated, right? The area has been calculated. You have to compare, is this the new area, is this greater than the previous one? So whatever the greater, you will consider that only. So what I'll do is that I'll update my max area by having a comparison math.max, and in this math.max we'll put the current area and the maximum area. So whoever is the maximum value, right, that will be stored in the maximum area. Now which pole you should remove to take the another value? So that will be based on the condition. The condition is that if the height of start is less than the height of HEIGST, the height of right, or we were doing end, right? So we defined end. So whoever is smaller, you'll remove that. Smaller people remove that. Smaller pole will have the less area, right? So we'll remove that. So how you'll remove that? By increasing the start pointer, or by decreasing, if that is not a case, which means end is smaller, then by removing that end, by doing end minus minus. I hope this makes sense now. Right? Okay. So now this is Java. Okay. I know this is Java, but anyhow we'll write in 3 languages. We'll write in Java, we'll write in Python, we'll write in C++. So you don't have to worry about. Anyhow, at the end you will have the maximum area. We'll understand from the Python code itself by doing a dry run, because anyhow Java people are already understood this. So the max area will be the outcome, the max area. Okay. And now try to run this. Let's see it's working or not. But probably it should work. Oh no. What happened? Start plus plus haven't a semicolon. Look at the problem with Java. Okay. So now length spelling is not correct. Not expected this. Now probably it's fine. It's working correctly, right? And you understood the logic. From here. So this is nothing. It's sort of like, look at this. This is the width and this is the height, the minimum height of between the pole, the first pole and the last pole. Whoever is smaller, you will remove, you will have the next larger pole. You will iterate from that end only. Look at it, this is a live. So if you're not getting the solution, if you are having difficulty in understanding, make the comment. I'll give you easier and smaller understandable examples. Okay, but anyhow I want the maximum outcomes. And I'm expecting the people watching today already has watched the another videos of this particular series. The rest, I guess 24, 25 videos we have covered so far. Okay, so now this is for Java. Now we'll understand for the C++ and Python. I'll copy the same code because anyhow the syntax is little different and the logic is same. So C++, I'll come here, I'll write it. So here what we'll do is that we don't have length method here. We'll have a size method for calculating the size of this particular thing. Yeah, probably I guess math function will work fine here as well. But if this doesn't work, we'll take it from the standard library or something. Okay, this math, they're not getting it. This is available in standard library, but probably now it should work, but it will not work, then we'll have that standard thing. We'll have that from the standard library. It's working. Okay, we don't have to import it. So in C++, you don't have math function directly, but you have minimum and maximum function. Those will work fine. So what you're doing here, you are calculating a bit from here between one pole and second pole, because starting from start and end, both pole distance between both the poles, you have the length, and this is the bit, the minimum height of the pool, the minimum height of the first pool and second pool, right? So here will be the minimum height that we'll take, because only then that can store the water. If we'll take the maximum, the water cannot be stored on the any one end, right? So this is how we are taking the area. Here we are taking the maximum area. We are doing comparison between the previous maximum and the current one. Whoever will be the maximum will store in the maximum area, and like we'll just remove the smaller pool to search for the larger pool, and that's what we're doing from here, right? And here we are returning our maximum stored water. Now let's do the same code in Python as well. So I'll go in Python 3, and here we'll write the code. Okay, so anyhow you don't have semicolons here in Python, and also you do not define the data type, so we'll remove this. You don't have directly len method in Python, so what directly length method, so what we'll do is that you'll write len, and here you'll write the name of the list, he height, and then you'll do -1. So this is how you have the ending part, and remove the data type. The maximum area, you remove the data type, you'll remove the semicolon. Okay, and while loop, you will just remove this curly braces. Okay, and then you will not have this data type. You will use directly minimum method in Python, and again you will not have this. Okay, and again you will have use maximum method in Python, because math directly doesn't we use here. And then for if, you will just remove this curly braces, and plus plus you do not have here, so plus is equals to 1, that you have. And again similar, minus minus you don't have here, plus which equals sorry, minus which equals to 1, reducing by 1. And you will not have curly braces in Python, you will have colon with the same indentation. Okay, with the same indentation. I hope I have removed every changes. Now the code has been transformed. Okay, so we are doing nothing here, we are just taking the first like the first pole, the last pole. Okay, and again the maximum area we are assuming 0. We'll iterate this till the start pole reach to the end of the pole, right? And again we'll calculate here, we are calculating the height, the minimum height of the pole, because that only can store the water. Whoever with us, look at this red one, the second red one is smaller than the first red one, and that's why water is able to store here. So minimum length of the pole multiply by the gap between them, by doing like end is pointing to last and start is pointing from the first. So end minus start, you will have this gap, you will have this width. And now calculate the area, so the previous maximum area and the upcoming area, because anyhow you have bits multiply by the length to calculate that rectangular area, right? And whoever the smaller, you will remove them by moving the pointer, and again then you will have the maximum area. And I hope this makes sense to all. This is clear to all. Now I'll run this in Python as well, and probably it will work. Yes, this worked. This worked in Python as well. Now tell me, do you need a dry run, or this is clear to all? Do you need a dry run, or this is clear to all? Few people have adopted, as a sort of ideology to escape few test cases. Anyhow, the time complexity for this particular program is big of n. Okay, that is the best case time complexity anyhow. In this case scenario, in this particular problem solving, and also space complexity is constant, because we are not utilizing any other data structure. But few people have, tried to pass some random cases, and that's why the solution of them become little faster. So in 5 milliseconds as of now, but you'll go here, you'll see the same solutions, but anyway, but maybe a little bit different. But they're using this static method to escape few test cases of this LeetCode. I don't know what test case they have hidden, but if you'll add this, your solution becomes faster. But anyhow, there's no meaning. This is what just removing the hidden test cases. So they're just removing few hidden test cases by using this particular thing. So anyhow, this is improving the speed of submission. But for interviewer, he will not be impressed. For him, no. What's the problem with this? Probably I have to check again. I pasted in the wrong place or something. I'll submit it again. But that is making it a little faster. That particular thing is making it a little faster. But yeah, probably I will not suggest that. Because if you don't have a logic directly, somebody has figured out that the few hidden test cases and they are trying to pass it. Nothing more than that. Okay, so I don't know it will work here or not. But last time also I was doing the same thing. Probably. Just study I'm closing here. If this works, then fine. Otherwise, you can have look on that thing as well. Okay. Oh, but what is the problem here? Non-static method max area and cannot be invest max area. Okay, that is not a static method or something. So we'll put a static here as well. Public static or something. Now, now look at this. The same solution is working. The same solution is working, and this has no meaning. But they have just few hidden cases. Vishnu, I'll continue here, but anyhow, I'm not an entity to run this whole business, this whole thing. What I need is I want the support of you people, that you people at least share this particular live to to other people. But we will have more number of people here, we will have more support, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. We will have regular videos, we will have regular lives. But because of this less support, I'm little in challenges. But I know I'm trying my best to continue in this. I'm trying my best from my end. Okay, guys, I hope that this makes a clear understanding to all. Again, utilize this live as an offline class, master DSA, master the problem solving, and crack very, very big packages. So ask your doubts in the chats every day, try to interact more and more to utilize the maximum outcomes from this live. Again, you're spending a good enough time here. See you all in the next live. Till then, bye bye. Take care. And I hope if you like the video, then please like it, subscribe the channel for further updates, and share the particular this live to the multiple people, whoever the need. Okay. And also, if you're new, you're watching this video for first time, watch the other video I have covered in this particular series. You'll see the playlist as LeetCode series 150 days. That's what from my end. Till then, bye bye. See you in the upcoming video. Bye bye to all. Bye bye.